It's a Tuesday, everybody. Y'all can't make me laugh at the start of the show.
I'm sorry.
Okay, everybody. What's going on? It is Tuesday. Hope you're having a terrific start to the day. Welcome to Hot 97 News. This is a brand new live news show where we talk about all the biggest stories across the country. It is Tuesday, February 23rd. I'm your host, Lana Harris, here with Rondell with 2 N's
What's happening?
and Million.
Hey.
I can't believe y'all did that to
No,
me
you
at the
did
start of
that.
this show.
You did that to
You're the
yourself.
one. You're the one.
Yourself, bro. You have no filter, bro.
I might have cracked a joke right beforehand. I just didn't think you were going to laugh. Anywho, it's good to see you guys.
For sure.
It's good to be here on Black History Month. It is the last week, man.
2 more days.
You know, and then you
Sad.
don't get any more excellence. But until then, here is Ronzel with 2 N's with your 1 minute of Black excellence.
Yes. Now, before Bessie okay, all right.
It's fine.
It's
Yeah.
Look, before Bessie Coleman became the first black woman to earn her pilot's license in 1921, she had to leave the entire United States just to learn how to fly, okay?
Wow.
No flight school in America would teach her because she was black and a woman. So what did she do? She learned French and moved to France and got her pilot's license there. And this is the saying, and you know how the saying goes, once one door closes, you move to France. You know what I mean? So, but Bessie didn't just stop there. She didn't just become any old pilot. She became a stunt pilot. Out of all the pilots you can become, she became a stunt pilot. Because why not add a little razzle dazzle when flying around racism? You know what I mean?
Okay.
You know what I mean? And that is your 1 minute of Black excellence.
Let's go.
Did y'all know who Bessie Coleman was?
Yes, actually.
Yeah.
I didn't know she was a stunt pilot.
Me neither. I
actually.
didn't know that either. I knew she was a pilot, knew
Yeah.
she was the first black woman pilot, but did not know she was a stunt pilot, and didn't know she had to go to France.
You know, they don't teach the kids Black history anymore.
No, y'all
No,
don't.
they don't. They don't.
Yeah, what did y'all get taught during the month?
MLK, Martin Luther,
And Malcolm X.
and
That's
Malcolm
it.
X. That's really it.
We gotta
That's a
give them a
shame.
rest, okay? There's
Yeah.
so many other black people to talk about. We have to give them a rest.
That's fair.
Seriously. Okay. Well, that's always nice, though. Start off with a show with a nice little 1 minute Black excellence. And so, diving into the news, speaking of Black excellence and Black people, Gavin Newsom is probably sweating after trying to relate to Black people when this book tour came to Atlanta. Did you guys see this? Exactly.
I felt so hurt by it when I heard it.
Were you hurt?
I was hurt. I felt disrespected because I was a person that was listening to it.
I just had secondhand embarrassment
Yeah.
for everybody involved. Let me just show you the clip just to start this off.
I'm not trying to impress you. I'm just trying to impress upon you. I'm like you. I'm no better than you. I'm a 960 SAT guy. And I'm not trying to offend anyone, trying to act all there if you got 940. But literally a 960 SAT guy. I cannot, you've never seen me read a speech because I cannot read a speech. Maybe the wrong business to be in.
My man said, yeah, I'm just like you, dummies.
You know how Black people can't read?
Yeah, y'all know y'all stupid.
I can't read either.
Man, I'm the dumbest of the dumb. Just like you idiots.
I don't think he even meant to do it, but he showed his privilege when he said that. Think
Yeah.
about it. You can't even read and you do speeches.
And look where you're at.
And look at the position you got to, white man. What is going on here?
I love when white people try to correlate with black people. I love when they try. Yeah, man, I really was from the struggle. I had 2 floors while you only had. I can feel where you. Bro, I didn't even have no floors, brother.
Right.
You trying to correlate with me? We can't relate, bruh.
And it's crazy because people are assuming this is kind of him trying to launch a sort of presidential candidacy type of situation here. He is officially on a book tour. It started in Nashville on Saturday, and then it went to Atlanta on Sunday. It's going on to South Carolina and New York and LA and reportedly to New Hampshire. So yeah, people think these are kind of borderline campaign stops. And so for you to do this, it hurt me for him because it felt like somebody gave him that line. I'm not trying to impress you. I'm trying to impress upon you that I'm just like you. He thought he was about to snap with that line.
That's what the Democrat, because if he does run for office, he'll be running as a Democrat, correct?
Well, he is
he's a Democrat.
Right.
Yeah. So this is my issue that I have with Democrats. I mean, it's just condescending. Like, they talk to me like, oh, we're the same, but it's like patronizing at the same time. That was disrespectful, dude. The fact that Andre Dickens is sitting on the same stage with him, Andre Dickens went to Georgia Tech. He was an engineer. Bro, many accolades. He's a mayor, not saying that that's anything bad, but he's sitting next to Governor Newsom, and he's a whole governor, almost about to be a president. I am like, it just completely shows like how far somebody can get if you have a certain color.
For sure.
So, obviously, the streets pounced on him, and there were a lot of people on the right who were saying, oh my gosh, I can't believe you do this, and I can't believe you would say this. So there was one exchange that I saw on X that was really interesting. Gavin Newsom responded to one person. I think it was Hannity. Can you pull it up? Yeah, Sean Hannity said, Gavin Newsom thinks a 960 SAT makes him like black Americans. Let that sink in. And Gavin Newsom said, you know what? You didn't give a poo about the president of the United States of America posting an ape video of President Obama or calling African nations poo holes, but you're going to call me racist for talking about my lifelong struggle with dyslexia? Spare me your fake effing outrage, Sean.
I will give him that for going in like that, though.
I will also say,
Yeah, I will give him that.
you know for a fact that people on the right don't care either. You know what I mean? Like, you can say all you want about the left being condescending. The right does not care either. They're all kind of terrible.
Well, I mean, Trump is blatant with it, though. Like,
Yeah.
we know, I expect a video out of Trump. You know, I at least like to expect my racist. I like to know what my racist is up to.
Up front.
Be up front with
Be
it.
up front with your
crazy.
racism.
Yeah,
Be
don't
Oh,
try to
that's
be my
crazy.
friend.
Don't hide your racism.
Thank you.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying.
Don't hide
That
your
is
racism.
a
Don't hide
crazy
your, why would you
take.
want
No.
somebody to hide your racism? Be up. If you're gonna be racist, be the best racist you can be.
Might
I
as
don't
well.
want no
Man.
racist to be like, oh man, I'm an okay racist. No, be a great one.
Right.
When you don't like black people,
Boy.
don't like black people. Will, that is crazy.
The bar. Well, I didn't see what Will was doing.
I'll
Nobody
tell you
saw.
later.
Oh, okay. Oh. The bar is low. That's what I'm saying. Like, it feels like people on the right get a pass for being outwardly racist. It's like, well, you know, that's great. I'm glad that you're racist where I can see it. I do understand the argument of like being racist behind closed doors because that's like worse. Obviously, like don't gaslight me. You don't feel like this about me. I know how you really feel. But at the same time, like, man, how about like no racism? Can we get at somebody who's not racist at all?
Well, here's the
How
thing.
about we stop excusing it at all?
It'll never be not racism though. That's the thing. We need racism in the world. I don't think people fully understand. No, hear me out, Lana. Hear me out when I tell you. Wait, let me just. We need racism. If there wasn't racism in the world, there wouldn't be ways to like classify certain. Like, all right, I'm a little racist sometimes when it comes to black people. I ain't gonna hold you. I don't like being around us. If you know, you know the word. I don't like being around those people, but I do love my black people though.
Oh, yeah?
You get what I'm saying? Y'all, I can't say what I really want to say on the show. But
Okay.
you get what I'm trying to say. Y'all
I
don't,
hear it.
no, you don't hear me.
I guess.
You don't hear
I
me.
guess.
You don't hear me.
I guess.
I think that racism is like a very American experience. You know, because like the other countries don't have the same exact history that we have. So just seeing racism literally everywhere is a very American thing. I feel like other countries probably look at us and think, man, y'all just think everything is racism.
Wait, so racism isn't something that America created,
No,
though.
no,
something
that's not what I'm saying.
Humans
Not what I'm
are
saying.
humans be grouping. That's just
Not what I'm saying.
That's the natural essence of what we do. We group and then we treat
1000%.
our group differently than we treat other groups. That's
sure.
all racism is in my book.
That is not what I'm saying. So I'm saying, because I totally agree. There are people who have in-group preferences. I prefer to be around my group. I prefer not to be around this group. And I don't even think you really mean black people. You just mean like a certain type that makes the rest of us look bad.
1000%.
You don't want to be around those black
Exactly.
people. Nor do most other black people, because
Hello.
y'all make us look bad. So, I see what you're saying. I'm saying, like, if you don't have this American, it's like Thanksgiving. Thanksgiving is our thing because other countries didn't do Thanksgiving. Other countries had slaves, other countries had racism black people are treated poorly in other countries. That's what I'm saying. What I'm saying is they don't have our unique experience with it. The laws that happened, the civil rights movement that happened, like our American experience with racism has it perpetuating, I think, way more than has happened in other countries. Certain countries, not all of them, because black people have struggles around the world.
True.
I just think it's interesting when you think about how much we really do harp on racism. Matter of fact, it's like starting the show. We got like 6 minutes, 10 minutes of the whole show about racism.
Okay. We'll
It's
move
what
on
makes
from
the
racism.
world move. It's what makes the world turn. That's what I think.
So that is not the only thing that dominated this conversation, because Gavin Newsom did get a little spicy. A lot of people didn't see this quote. This was also
Are we
kind of
seriously
going
having this
viral.
conversation? He goes, how many hats do you think I sold last month? How many hats? I'm like, how many hats? He said, like 200. I'm like, oh, well, that's amazing, Mr. President. Anyway, went on like this. This was after.
Lindsey Graham probably bought most of them.
No. That's not true. Lindsey Graham bought all the knee pads for Donald Trump.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, boy, that's what I'm talking about. Yeah, if you're gonna go hit, y'all go low. Go all the way low. I'm talking about hit her where it hurt, brother. I'm talking go low. You gonna say something, bro? Say it. I love it.
I don't know if this was before or after the comment, but at least, you know.
Hey, you picked it back up. Yes, sir.
Big oof. And now you're shaking your head. See, before it's like racism is great. But you say something like that, it's like, I can't believe you would say something like that. People can't win, man.
You can't. Which side are you on, brother?
Which one is it? Is it good? Is it bad?
You know
Are
what
we
I'm saying?
saying bad things or are we not? Are we,
What are we talking about here?
Everybody.
I'm on both. I'm on, hey, if you're going to be racist, and also if you're going to go low, go low.
I feel it.
Okay, let's talk about Mexico. That whole thing is still kind of circulating around the news because everybody is still kind of tripping about what happened. I mean, we're getting a lot more details, first and foremost, and to include the fact that the U.S. definitely did help Mexico do this to El Mencho. Again, the U.S. did not actually put troops on the ground there. This was a Mexican military effort. Physically. But there is a new U.S. military-led task force that specializes in intelligence collection on drug cartels, and that did play a role in this Mexican military raid on Sunday. So that's called the Joint Intra-Agency Task Force Counter Cartel. So, I mean, when I see that, I'm like, it's a cartel as well. It's just a counter cartel, but it basically involves multiple U.S. government agencies and was actually formally launched just last month to map out drug cartel networks on the U.S. and Mexico sides. So they're basically just tracking cartels.
Yeah.
And so the U.S. defense official that was talking to the news about this didn't say anything specific on what the task force shared. But we do now know that the man was caught because of his side piece? ? Didn't say it was his wife. We got more details about El Mencho here. So he might have been betrayed. In fact, I don't even know if might is the right word. It seems like he was definitely betrayed. From what officials are saying, apparently there was one of his romantic partners that was going to go to his hideout in Tapalpa, Mexico. And apparently a man who's one of El Mencho's romantic partner's trusted people basically knocked him out. So he's supposed to be like close to the romantic partner of El Mencho, and he told somebody where this romantic partner was about to go. So that is where, the Mexican military seized on that information. So the romantic partner left the property where they were, which was kind of in this like cabin complex, basically. And the army descended on them, and like 8 people were killed right there on that property. And then El Mencho and a couple of his security guys ran into the woods. And then that's where they got into that shootout. All 3 of them were seriously wounded in that shootout. And then they were transported by a helicopter to Mexico City, but they died on the way. But I thought that was crazy.
Yeah, that's interesting. Go ahead.
Oh, I was just asking. So it wasn't El Mencho's side piece. It was somebody. It was like a guard underneath.
No.
his
It was
side
El
piece.
Mencho's. Well, I don't even know if it was a side piece. It was a romantic partner. You know what I mean?
Oh my God, guys, we got to stop the cheating, bro. Because his wife, I watched a documentary on his wife.
He's married?
Yes,
Yeah.
he is married, and his wife is that girl.
Well, you'd have to be, you know?
Financially, she was the mind behind the finances for that group.
Ooh.
Apparently, they caught her for money laundering at one point in time, I think. But she had multiple restaurants, real estate holding companies, advertising companies, all types of things. She was a boss.
See, you can hold your man down and they still won't appreciate you, ladies. That's why you gotta bump men and do all this stuff that they're always saying to women.
Hey, man.
Hey, she was lit. She was lit.
And that's crazy. I mean, imagine you go down because of your side piece. That's crazy.
Yeah, I've seen this story happen many of times.
Have you?
Yeah. I've seen this story. I had a few homeboys get caught up like this. You know what I mean? Yeah, and they got, you start messing around with the little side piece, you probably start giving her what she really want, and then she tell on you. I had a homeboy get locked up by his side chick.
What?
Yeah, bro. Side chick locked him up. He was on probation. Told the probation officer he won't where he's supposed to be and stuff like that because he wouldn't leave his girl. He wouldn't leave his girl that he was with to go be with her and have a baby with her. So she locked him up. Hey, bro, it's real out here, dog.
So there's no code of conduct that these side pieces live by?
They don't live.
Like,
They not. It's not old school side pieces no more, dog.
Well, we don't know if it was a side piece. It was the side piece's trusted guy or trusted friend or trusted man and whoever that is. That's all they would say. They would not give any specifics. That's all I can say because I can't call him anything else. They said romantic partner and it was a trusted man of the romantic partner. That's how they described the person. So, what I heard was it wasn't necessarily like the side piece like rolling on him. It was just like, I'm about to go to, El Mencho's house. He's, up in the woods and it's probably a secure complex. But if you tell, whatever U.S. asset, this is where I know my girl is about to go. My girl not being like my girl, like my friend, my girl is about to go. And, then security rolls up.
So this was okay. So I just want to because I got a theory in my head.
Okay.
This is El Mencho's his one of his romantic partners and his main man, his right hand man. Or his one of his right hand men?
It was for the
Her.
romantic partner.
It was her man.
Yes.
Maybe.
No, that's what they said. A trusted man for the romantic partner.
A trusted man for the romantic partner. So it could have been her man that she was cheating on El Mencho with. Wow.
Wait a minute. I didn't think about that.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. See, now after you say it a few times, your wheels start turning.
But so he's the one who took her to the facility.
Yeah, I know.
To see El Mencho.
Could have been.
So it's almost like it could have been her driver, her escort.
Exactly. And they probably had some type of relationship where it's like, look, baby.
You coming up with some hood fairy tale.
I am coming up with a fairy tale. So it's like, look, baby, we can't do this no more. I really want to be with you and only you. You got to get rid of him. You know what I mean?
And you choose El Mencho over the driver
Love make you do crazy things.
to drop.
Yeah,
Love make you do crazy things.
You gonna
bruh.
drop El Mencho instead of your driver, your man, whatever.
Love make you do crazy things. We don't
Okay.
know. You know what I'm saying? We don't know. All I know is that girl she probably won't be here for too much longer, bro. if this is true, bro, them cartels do not be playing about that.
Man,
They do not play about that. So
that is crazy.
you ain't think about that one.
I did not. Okay, so in more interesting news as part of this, so when the authorities went to the location where she was supposed to be, based on what the trusted man told them, they saw a bunch of people with high caliber weapons, including rocket launchers and long guns. And yesterday we were talking about, like, where do they get this stuff? And, the kind of idea was that it might be from official sources in Mexico. Turns out it's kind of sources in the U.S.
Oh.
So there was an article in the New York Times that actually one of our viewers sent us after this. They emailed in and said, like, hey, I saw this about, where the Mexican cartels in some cases get some of this weaponry. Shout out to you. And apparently this has been a conversation. Nearly half of the powerful ammunition seized from Mexican cartels since 2012 was traced back to a U.S. government-owned factory in Missouri.
In Missouri?
In Missouri, yeah. Wow. So apparently this facility in Lake City mainly makes ammunition for the U.S. military, but some of it is sold on the civilian market through retailers. And Mexican officials say cartels are getting their ammunition from U.S. gun shops and using it to shoot down helicopters, to attack military convoys, to assassinate officials, to kill civilians. Like, they're getting it from the U.S. in a lot of cases. So when you have this whole, picture in front of you, you're looking at a situation where we're trying to get a tackle on the drug trade. And we're trying to tell you, Mexico, the U.S. is trying to tell you, Mexico, you guys need to get a tackle on the drug trade. And Mexico's like, well, they're getting the guns from y'all. So how is this? They wouldn't have the guns to shoot if not for y'all. Right. So you're over here talking about us. Apparently, Mexico's government has tried to hold U.S. gun manufacturers legally responsible for this, saying, like, how is this getting over here?
Yeah.
And the U.S. Supreme Court actually dismissed one major lawsuit. Another case is still pending, but it's very interesting when you see, it's almost, I feel like I'm getting gaslit in so many different ways when it comes to this stuff, because it seems like it'd be very simple to choke out the points that you would need to choke to make all this come to an end. Surely if you are selling guns in some kind of way to these Mexican cartels, there's somebody here in the U.S. who knows where that flow is going. Or at least there's a trail of like, here's who I gave it to, here's who I gave it to, here's who I gave it to.
For sure.
What are we talking about here?
I did want to say real quick,
Yeah.
the wife was allegedly tied to those businesses. I'm not trying to get taken out. Okay? I just wanted to confirm that.
I don't think the cartel's going to care about allegedly or not.
Yeah. Not at all.
What's your address again?
I know, right? We're in New York, right?
Oh, yes.
Yeah,
So,
we're in
yes.
New York.
So, yes. Come see us in New York.
Yep.
97.
97.
Okay. We have an update on the Nancy Guthrie case. People are literally trying to find Nancy Guthrie on their own now. And Nancy Guthrie's daughter, of course, Nancy Guthrie is the mother of NBC News anchor Savannah Guthrie. She's 84 years old. She's been missing for over 3 weeks now. She was abducted from her house, and officials still seem to have no leads. And in fact, Savannah Guthrie herself just dropped a new video pretty much like right before we came on air. Yeah. And so this is what she said in her latest video.
I'm going to say it is day 24 since our mom was taken in the dark of night from her bed. For that reason, we are offering a family reward of up to $1 million for any information that leads us to her recovery. I'm coming on to say it is day 24.
Recovery is crazy. $1 million though? It took y'all 27 days to get to $1 million. 24 days to get to $1 million is crazy.
There are a lot of things. First of all, it does seem like the restraint that she has shown in the prior videos kind of lapsed a little bit. She was crying in this one, which, to her credit, I would have been crying from the beginning.
I told you that's a strong family. Bro. They
Y'all just don't take anything seriously.
I can't. How do you take this seriously? How?
What do you mean?
How? Let's keep it a buck, man. How am I supposed to take 24 days of somebody missing and there's so many this, that. Bro, what are we talking about? I can't take it seriously because they're not taking it seriously.
The family are the victims. The family members, as police have said, they have all been cleared as suspects. So I think obviously there is obviously some coordination with these letters that they're saying. These scripts. Now, I don't want to call them scripts because I don't want to make them sound like they're scripts, but I'm sure the family is getting told what to say and what not to say by the investigators who are working on this. You know what I mean? Up to $1 million for her recovery. Those are very police speaky type terms. You'd say it's $1 million. Is it $1 million or is it not? What is up to? That doesn't mean anything. You know what I mean? So I think that they're still kind of coordinating. They're navigating this best they can. But I will say that people have given up on investigators finding her because people have decided they're going to find Nancy Guthrie themselves. And recently, people have quite literally been going out to launch their own searches. So volunteer crews searched underground tunnels and underground drainage near Nancy's neighborhood in Tucson over the weekend. They actually found a backpack and took it to the police. Had nothing to do with Nancy in the end. In fact, that police said that it had a minor's ID in it. Again, they found it in a tunnel, so that's probably a whole nother story that's unrelated to this. But 2 women from a group called Madres Buscadores de Sonora, or Searching Mothers of Sonora, who they literally showed up with digging tools outside of Nancy's house. Like, we're gonna get to the bottom of this, literally. And now the sheriff's office says, they appreciate the concern for Nancy Guthrie, but they're basically asking people who want to volunteer to not and give investigators space to do their jobs, because they said, we all want to find Nancy, but this work is best left to the professionals.
Well, obviously, the professionals right now are the influencers, because what in the world are we talking about, bruh? I've watched so many TikToks and so many, this is how it is. Bruh, I've learned more about on TikTok about this case than I have from any FBI or anybody that's actually doing the case.
So, Searching Mothers, that group, they're nobody to play with. They reportedly found the remains of more than 5,000 people in Mexico.
Come on, bro.
Since they started 10 years ago.
Come on now.
So, they say they have been trained by forensic experts on how to conduct these searches. They know what it's like to have a relative missing. They know what to do and what not to do. They've gotten results clearly. But the problem is, when law enforcement hears this, they're thinking great, more people are going to go out there, contaminate the crime scene even further, start touching stuff. They got the pizza man's DNA potentially there,
sure.
flour people. I mean, they got all types of people who just traipse onto the crime scene. So the last thing they really need is the community just touching all over everything. But that's what you get when you don't have anything to show for a missing 84-year-old. Who even wants to steal an old woman?
Yeah, I'm not going to talk too much anymore about this case. I feel like I'm going to get in trouble.
You haven't yet.
I feel like I'm going to get in trouble, so I ain't going to say too much. I just hope she get back. How about that?
We do. And we also have one more update having to do with that picture that we showed you. They just realized somebody else has been to Nancy Guthrie's house. Or at least there's another photo potentially on a different day. So we'll talk about that when we come back from this very short break. Welcome back to Hot 97 News. Okay, when we left you before the break, we were talking about Nancy Guthrie. We're talking about the case. We're talking about how the streets have decided they're just going to go find Nancy Guthrie because these investigators can't figure it out. And recently, we just got another photo from what's potentially a different day. Potentially. The FBI just dropped this photo, and some reports suggest that this would mean that the suspect may have been surveilling the house. He was shown in doorbell camera footage recorded on the overnight hours, of course, from when Nancy was taken. We've shown you that one, the one on the left. But this newest one that has just been dropped, the one on the right, he's not wearing a book bag. So the people think okay, does that mean that he was here before? Does that also mean he was in the same outfit and has a kidnapping outfit?
That look like a mannequin.
Obviously.
The FBI apparently just dropped this photo. No date or timestamp associated with it, so it could be the same day before or after the book bag. They gave no other information about it from what I've been able to determine. So it would appear to me that they're just trying to piss people off, but I don't know. I don't know what dropping this photo does for literally anybody. I guess at this point.
What are we doing? What are we doing? What are we doing?
I can.
What are we doing, bro? What are we doing? What is that? Where his eyes at? We don't even see no eyeballs. This is a night camera, right? You can clearly, in the night camera, you can see their eyes glow. Where are his eyes at? Come on, bro.
So apparently this is the outfit you got to have anytime you rob somewhere.
Anybody.
This is all you got to dress up as, and they ain't going to be able to find you. You a ghost.
He also has the gun holster, it looks like, missing, because you could see it in this photo and not in this one. So he didn't have his Walmart gun or his Walmart book bag.
Go grab one of them.
Maybe this is before he went to Walmart. Cracked it.
Lana, that was a good one. I like how you tried to do it. I like how you tried to do that.
I mean, that's what people online are doing right now. They're just coming up with literally anything. I can also give you as an update, DNA collected from inside of Nancy Guthrie's house is mixed, meaning it contains genetic material from more than one person. And because multiple people's DNA is blended together, it's a lot harder to isolate one suspect, especially because they're not known. And so that could take weeks, months, maybe even up to a year, apparently.
She still hasn't gotten her medicine, huh?
Still haven't gotten her medicine.
That lady still doesn't have her medicine.
Yeah. It might
So-
be
I have to say this too.
GG's. Let me stop.
Jeez Louise.
Recovery, Savannah said recovery in her video. And I don't know if she just said that because that's what police told her to say, if that's really just what her brain went to or not. But there's a rescue phase and there is a recovery phase generally when someone goes missing, like underwater or something like that. These are the days that we think that we can rescue this person, and this is when we think we're gonna have to recover their body, essentially. So the fact that she would say recovery again, I don't know what she meant by that, but maybe, I don't know. It's been all month. She was taken on the 1st of February. It's the 24th.
That is a long time. But there's been people that have been missing longer, though.
Are they feeding her? Are they giving her water? Are they treating her well? Is she out in the elements? Is it cold? Is it hot? Can she, it's like,
I'm trying to tell you, Lana.
how good are these people?
Nancy chilling. Trying to tell y'all, bro.
Okay.
That's just my conspiracy. I think
We
Nancy
know.
thinks that Nancy. I think she's somewhere kicking.
We
it.
know.
I know,
I
and it's
think
cool.
she's-
We know.
I think we all can. I think we all are allowed to have a conspiracy and a theory about this elongated case that has been all over the place. So it's giving us a reason to actually have theories and conspiracies because there's stuff everywhere. Now, if it was like one thing that it was just like, hey, this happened, then I could be like, okay, yeah, she's over here and she's probably gone. But there's so much stuff. I'm like,
Yeah.
girl, you could be anywhere at this point. You know what I mean?
I don't even know. Did you watch that whole Savannah Guthrie latest message?
No, I didn't have a chance. I was just chopping it up.
That's what I think we need to go and do and figure out and talk about later as a show, because I'm just curious who she's giving the money to. From what I've been able to tell, they don't know who the suspect is. They don't have any proof of life. They've never had. Where are you sending? I don't know. So we'll see what happens with that. In the meantime, we have got to talk about ICE. It's been a while. Been a while since we talked about ICE, and there's a whistleblower who said that ICE is deficient, defective, and broken, and that the DHS is lying when they say these trainees really know what they're doing.
Surprise, surprise.
Surprise, surprise.
Surprise. Yeah, we didn't know that they weren't trained to do all this. What?
So listen to this. This is a former ICE lawyer. His name is Ryan Schwenk, and he's responsible for the training of new deportation officers. And he said the agency's training program is literally something that Congress needs to be looking into, because he was speaking to Congress about it. He said that he felt duty-bound to report that the legally required ICE Academy training program is failing, and actually accused DHS of dismantling the program and misleading the public about it. So he, it was a scathing whole speech that he gave about this. He said he was asked to teach the law to new cadets at the ICE Academy in Georgia, where ICE is training, and he said that he accepted it because of his background. He felt like he was qualified. Great. So he said on his first day on the job, he was told to tell them to violate the Constitution. And here's it coming from his own mouth.
On my first day at the academy, I was instructed to read and return a memo in my supervisor's presence, which claimed ICE officers could enter homes without a judicial warrant. Never in my career had I ever received such a blatantly unlawful order, nor one conveyed in such a troubling manner. Incredibly, I was being shown this memo in secret by my supervisor, who made sure that I understood that disobedience could cost me my job. ICE is teaching cadets to violate the Constitution, and they were attempting to cloak it in secrecy by demanding that I lie about it.
What?
That's heavy. That's heavy. Not like we didn't already know that what they were doing was like extremely wrong, extremely out of pocket. Like, we all called it, but to hear it is a whole nother thing. Like, we were just thinking it like, oh man, maybe they weren't trained the right way. No, they weren't.
Yeah.
Literally, they weren't.
According to this guy who's supposed to be responsible for training them. So, look, I don't know what's going on here, because he also then went in on the actual training. He said, DHS told the public that new cadets receive all the training that they need, that everything is good, no critical material or standards have been cut, and, they are just given the training that you would need to be able to do what they're supposed to be doing. He said, that's a lie. That is a lie. He said that ICE has shortened the program and removed so many essential parts of their training that what remains is a dangerous husk, in his words. And then he gave some specifics on that. He said, for the last 5 months, ICE cut 240 hours of classes from a 584-hour program. And he feels like no reasonable person would believe a training program that was suddenly cut nearly in half is good enough. And he said that some of those cut classes teach them the Constitution, our legal system, firearms training, use of force, proper detention, and the limits of officers' authority. So I'm like, well, then what are they teaching? Because that sounds like a whole heck of a lot. You just teach them how to put the mask on at this point. And that's it. Here's the gun. Here's how to hide your face.
That's funny.
Oh my God.
It's so real.
No, right?
It's so
Like,
real.
that's literally everything you would need to know. So he says that means that they literally wouldn't have the training and know what to do in those life or death split-second decisions. Like, typically you'd be taught about, like what you can and can't do, what the law requires, what your duty is. And without that training, you may not know. So when you see, somebody literally obviously turning a wheel and your decision is jump out the way or shoot, I guess I just shoot. That kind of explains some things. Obviously, I'm not taking anything away from the fact that she shouldn't have erratically moved around those officers. She played her own role, sadly, in her tragic death. I get it, but there was also a way to avoid that. You know what I mean? At least, depending on who you ask. And if you ask me, that's what I saw. So he says that DHS has been saying they can get on-the-job training for anything missed at the academy, but he claims these graduates are going to their home offices literally just long enough to get their gun and their badge and then deployed to places like Minneapolis. He claims that these training officers are seeing these people on graduation and thinking to themselves, they don't really have a grasp on the law or the tactics here, and they just get churned out anyway. Because he says that, the Trump administration is trying to just churn out an endless stream of officers because they want thousands of officers trained before the end of the year.
That's crazy. So I just looked this up. Police Academy, they roughly train for 6 months to a year before finally being fully cleared for solo patrolling. 6 months to a year before actually being cleared to solo patrol. So that means you're probably doing maybe like 8 to 28 weeks with partner patrolling before you go out by yourself. Dog, y'all are talking about putting people's lives in your hands, and you just literally going. It's almost like giving somebody a participation or giving them a diploma without them actually doing the work, and then sending them to college and expecting them to get a degree. It's like, bruh, here's your diploma. You ain't do no work in school though. You probably dumb as all get out. But here you go. I'm just gonna pass you along. What?
That's crazy that you say that, because DHS obviously responded to those allegations, and they said that they felt like that was just so wrong. And in their defense, they said ICE recruits receive 56 days of academy training and an average of 28 days of on-the-job training, which is still significantly less than what police officers do.
Way less. And what ICE is doing, in my opinion, is a little more extreme than what police are doing.
Way more dangerous, in my opinion, too.
What? Way more extreme than what police are doing, bruh. So if you're putting somebody in an extreme position to do extreme things, wouldn't you think they need more training? You wouldn't put somebody in a parachute that never jumped out of a plane before and said, jump out, figure it out. That's exactly what they're doing, bruh. Here you go. Here's a gun and a badge and a vest. And what'd you say? Go out there and figure out how to get these detainees, bruh.
Because what police do, they show up to any number of things, but it could be nothing. They could get called to, nothing. An ICE agent, if you're getting deployed, you're going after an illegal immigrant. This person is already, like you said, committed a crime of, I know I'm not supposed to be here. And that's tacked on to any number of crimes. You don't know what you're going to get with these people. So you would think, but yeah, DHS does say that no training hours have been cut, that officers receive extensive firearm training, de-escalation tactics instruction, and comprehensive 4th and 5th Amendment training, and recruits are monitored after graduating. They just say that training has been streamlined to cut redundancy and incorporate technology advancements without sacrificing the core content.
What? Redundancy? That's what training is, dog.
It totally is.
You gotta keep doing it over and over for you to get it. Bruh, the only reason, and I'm gonna tell you this, the only reason I know about the news and politics now is because I've been on the show doing it every single day. I promise you, if I wasn't on the show doing it, I probably would still be lost in the news. But the redundancy of talking about the news and politics has ingrained in my body now to where I know it, and I can actually be a part of the conversation. So you're telling me you're sending these folks out because you're cutting it because you don't want to keep doing it? What are we talking about, bruh? That makes me so angry.
And the amount of time and like, even if you thought, what do you mean 56 days? That's all it takes to be able to get a gun and have power over people? Yeah, okay. And y'all are taking people like straight out of like freaking high school in some cases. Like, yeah, okay. So it explains a lot. If you've been thinking that something seems a little off here with the training, according to this guy, yeah, man, definitely happening. So, I mean, we'll see. We'll see what they do. We'll see how this ends up. We'll see. Okay. In the meantime, going into some lighter news here. Did y'all see somebody just shouted out the N-word when Michael B. Jordan and Delroy, what is his name?
Lindo.
No.
Delroy
Lindo. Yeah, Delroy Lindo.
Yeah.
Let me start this again because you gotta pack the punch. You gotta pack the punch. Did y'all see when somebody shouted out the N-word at Michael B. Jordan and Delroy Lindo when they were presenting at the BAFTA Awards? I mean, this is insane. Now, the person who shouted out them did have Tourette's, and I think what they were mostly perturbed about, at least for Delroy Lindo, he says that the people at the BAFTA Awards didn't even apologize or say anything to them afterwards. So here's the moment this happened.
Delroy and I are delighted to be presenting the first BAFTA of the night for a vital part of movie making.
We're here to celebrate.
Delroy was like, Delroy didn't know what to do, bro. He was super shocked. It was just like, oh, he really just said that. Okay, I get, because I don't know if y'all really know Delroy. I watched a lot of his movies, but the way he's a very aggressive person when it comes to like talking and stuff.
Oh yeah.
So I knew he probably wanted to say something back, but he was like, I am black on this stage presenting the first award. Now, if this was maybe the third, fourth award, I might have said something. The first award, come on. And Tourette's, y'all got to have another word, bruh. There's got to be another word for people out there. Like, the N-word can't be the only word that y'all have in y'all's arsenal to say when y'all have a little tick. Gotta have more.
That's what I was thinking. I was like, is it that he has Tourette's? Sure. But how do we prove that he has Tourette's? And like, can we like prove that he's not racist?
Hello.
Okay. So the man with the Tourette's name is John Davidson, and he's actually a Tourette syndrome advocate. And he was specifically there for the film I Swear, which is based on his life living with Tourette's. So, apparently before the show, there was a stage manager who went out and told the audience, you might hear some involuntary noises or movements during the ceremony. They just probably didn't think it was going to be the N-word. Because you said it was a hard R.
Yeah, it was a hard R.
I mean, wasn't even like, people in Paris. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like
yeah.
N-words in Paris where it's like, haha. That's a song. Yeah, hard R. So Delroy Lindo said, they both still did what they needed to do. The face really tells you
for sure
everything you need to know about what they were really thinking. But he just felt like someone with BAFTA should have reached out to them afterwards and said, for real, our bad. I will also say that was not the only thing that was blurted out. Apparently, the same man was heard saying, shut the F up during one speech, and F you when the winners were announced for Best Children's and Family Film.
Yeah, man, he got some hateful ticks. Good God.
Bro, I was about to say, like, some people got to stay home.
Yeah.
I understand he's an advocate, but some people just got to stay home,
hey, bro. Put him in the back somewhere.
No, you got to put him in a whole different section, dog. You got to put him in a whole different section.
Y'all, why did y'all think this was the right thing to do to bring somebody that obviously says why? And bro, for you to have to explain to people, hey, just want to let y'all know, y'all might hear some wild stuff tonight. No, man, I came here for an award show. I didn't come here to hear none of this, bro. Like, what?
So the BAFTA host, Alan Cumming, did address the outburst to the audience, and he said Tourette syndrome is a disability, and the tics you've heard tonight are involuntary, which means a person who has Tourette syndrome has no control over their language, and we apologize if you were offended tonight. So that's what I said to the audience. Again, not to the people who were actually presenting and who it was, clearly directed as. And so I actually did go and look up, like, what is it about Tourette's? Why does this keep happening? And it literally is like an itch they can't scratch. They physically can't stop it. And it's like, apparently when the word is really bad, that pressure and that anxiety to not say it builds to where they have to blurt it out. They don't have the part in their brain that regulates what I can and can't say and the words I do and don't want to use is that it has an issue.
That's great, because so he is a racist. Like, bro, you literally just said he has words that were built up in his brain that he couldn't say. So he was wanting to say it, couldn't say it, and then he just blurted it out.
No,
that's what you explained.
No, because apparently
this is
a neurodevelopmental condition, and it has to do literally with the brain circuits that control movement and inhibition, meaning like just because I know the word doesn't mean I want to say it. It's literally because I know I can't say it that I'm physically like incapable of grabbing it back. And it just pops out. Sometimes they feel guilty, they feel shame, they feel embarrassed. That guy ended up leaving, like the latter half. It's just like the brake system doesn't work. When you be thinking every time you say, man, I wish I could say what I want to say on this show. If you had Tourette's, boom, might have popped out right then. You couldn't even grab it back.
Yeah, I feel you, but I don't have like a racist brain though. You know what I mean? Like I don't got it. You know what I mean? I ain't got no words in my brain that I'm just like, man, I sure wish I could say this, and I'm gonna say it. But no, I do get you though. Tourette's because there is a comedian that I know that has Tourette's. So it's like I get the gist of it, but it is always funny to hear it. I ain't gonna hold you. Like Tourette's is probably, it's a terrible disease, but on the out looking in, kind of funny.
I do think it's crazy of how much just random stuff Sinners has had to go through, like the makers, the actors. They've had just weird hate, and this is not in that same bucket because this is somebody with Tourette's. It is what it is. But at the same time, like, imagine you're the people, you're Michael B. Jordan and you're Delroy Lindo, and you've, seen all this stuff. Remember when the movie dropped and did all these great numbers, great box office weekend, and the story was initially, wasn't that great.
Yeah.
Remember, I actually found some reaction. This was a Variety article. It said, hey, Sinners has amassed like $61 million in its global debut, and it's a great result for an original, especially for an R-rated horror film. But, this is how much it... no, I can't see this. I'm sorry. Yet the Warner Bros. Release has a $90 million price tag. So, profitability remains a ways away. Like, they're basically saying, like, oh, yeah, they did great, but, like, they ain't made no money yet. And Ben Stiller even was like, in what universe is a $60 million opening for an original studio movie warrant this headline?
Crazy.
Mm-hmm. Like, how is the headline, well, y'all didn't make money yet? We just opened. What? So, I'm just sure, like, for them, it's like, man, it's another old thing we have to deal with, for just being up here. Because they were up there because they were both in Sinners. You know what I mean? They were presenting an award.
It's funny you say that because Variety actually they posted on TikTok or something that Sinners ended up getting Oscar nominations.
Yeah.
So Variety actually had to post about it, and everybody in the comments was like, "Oh, that one didn't end well, did it now, Variety? Or you got your foot in your mouth now, don't you, Variety?" Because they were talking so much trash about Sinners, and it's like, yeah, we got up like, well, how many Oscars were they nominated for?
Oh, I don't even know.
16.
A lot.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, speaking of movie news, the streets are wondering who is going to be the next James Bond. It's a conversation these days. And, it's an age-old question. They're trying to see who is going to replace Daniel Craig, who was, I think, the last one. And here are the names that have been floated. We have... Well, I wish you would have actually named, because I don't know which one this is. I know that's not Callum Tatum.
No.
That might be... It's not Jacob Elordi. That one might be Aaron Taylor Johnson. That's got to be Aaron Taylor Johnson. He is one of the men who is up for consideration. He's not really looking very
Bondy.
James Bondy to me. It's kind of a blurry picture, but there's also Jacob Elordi.
Yeah, buddy.
I don't know. He might be too young and fine
You
for
see
this.
him as one?
Oh, dude, 100%, man. He's also British.
When I see James Bond, though, I think older guy. Like, I'm thinking, somebody that's already been around,
He doesn't look he's like fine. Like, I mean, I know y'all can't say it, but like he's
a good-looking brother.
He looks too good. Like, I would think you're a spy. You don't look like a spy because you look too good to be a spy. I'm sorry, like it's too much.
No, that's the point of James Bond. James Bond did look good though.
But James Bond looks suave. He looks like pretty.
Yes,
he looks like a pretty boy. He ain't getting his nails dirty.
Yes.
Sorry, he's Australian, not British. Australian.
Oh, well, even better.
Okay.
I'm sorry. Anywho, we also have that's the first one, Callum.
Huh.
His name is
I would give him James Bond.
Callum Turner. He looks James Bondy to me.
Yeah,
He's not ugly, but he could be suave. Another name that's being floated, which is interesting, Henry Cavill.
That's Superman.
Who played Superman,
okay.
yeah.
All right.
You guys picked the most interesting pictures of these men.
He looks weird. He looks weird here.
This is not, he looks better. I think he might be too old. You're only going to get a couple of movies out of him versus a younger guy could carry that franchise.
True.
And plus, he played Superman. All I'm going to see is Superman when I see him. So I can't really see James Bond also.
Yeah. Okay. Well, then of course, it's Black History Month. So, we're trying to see, what if they chose somebody black?
Come on now.
There you go.
Dancing Idris. Dancing Idris. Come on now.
There you go. All right.
Best for Snowfall.
Oh, the people would be in an uproar
Bruh.
if y'all made Dancing Idris the next James Bond.
British too?
He's also British. Dancing Idris would be a fire James Bond, bro. A fire James Bond.
Okay. Who else do we have? Because you picked these.
I did. Michael B. Jordan.
Jordan.
Fire James Bond. A fire James Bond. Are you kidding me?
Nah, I can't see it.
His range is ridiculous.
I think he is fantastic. I think the problem is I would just see him as Michael B. Jordan the whole time. I wouldn't be able to get it out of my head. Oh, that's Michael B. Jordan. He's got such a... Because I'll watch anything he's in.
Yeah, of course. But Michael B. is amazing.
So, like, James Bond, I feel like should be somebody else.
Can y'all see him playing like a flirtatious role though? Like I can't see Michael B flirting with women in like as an agent or a spy. I can't see it.
Well,
yeah.
Well, here's the last one. You about to be ready for this one.
Okay. Da.
Go ahead. It's the last.
You got the last one?
Yeah. Will Smith.
Will Smith.
Yeah.
What we doing Will Smith for?
That was the first picture in the thing.
Yeah.
Dang. take him down.
Anyway,
take him down.
I think Will Smith will be a great James Bond. He's played in multiple movies that he's been like an agent in. He's played in
exactly. He already was James Bond. It was called Hitch.
No,
It was called Hitch.
Hitch wasn't James. He wasn't
Bad
James Bond.
Boys.
Bad Boys. Yeah.
And Bad Boy. He's already done it.
Let's have him beat James Bond though.
Will Smith plays Will Smith in every movie.
No, that's
he
not
literally
true.
plays like it's himself, and I don't think that's necessarily a bad thing. Because like I love Will Smith. I mean, I'll watch Fresh Prince of Bel-Air still. I'll watch all this stuff still because I love Will Smith. But at the same time, like I just feel like it has to be somebody else.
What other black actors do we have? We can't be Denzel. It can't be Idris Elba.
I was gonna say
It can't be
fire.
Idris will be fire, but he's too old.
Tyler Perry. Tyler Perry, man. I bet you Tyler Perry would make a good James Bond. And this is no diss. This is real talk. I've seen he played. He did a movie like he was like a.
You're not. I'm thinking Medea. But you're right.
Medea
cannot play. But Tyler Perry himself might be a good.
Medea would be a great James Bond.
Right, that's the next movie idea.
The people would literally burn down the streets if they made Medea James Bond.
Medea, Diary of
Coleman Domingo, not a bad option. Not a bad option. Hey, we do have to go, but reminder, the State of the Union address is tonight. Trump is going to be telling us how great it is to live in America. So we will talk about that tomorrow, and we will see you after the break with more Atlanta stories.